I'll say what went well was explosive plays. We really don't get a lot of explosive plays like that. Especially against defense like this. So, I guess we haven't, last two games, we haven't, had explosive plays. And so just kind of getting back to our ball. Zay making plays, Lamar, doing his thing on the ground. But I would say just us making explosive plays, not turning over the ball.
And then, you were a part of that explosive play. You had a big, I think it was 30-yarder today. And a couple weeks ago, 1,000 receptions, I believe it was. We didn't get a chance to talk to you. So just for you individually, like the accomplishments that you've made.
I'm just thankful that, I'm able to play this game at this age, 33. I have a lot of friends who, I came into the league with. I got a lot of people I came into this league with, who aren't playing. So, I'm just grateful that I'm able to play, at this age, and my quarterback, trusts me to come to me, when I'm out there.
And then he said last week he was frustrated, and one of his frustrations was like you came to this team and didn't expect to be in a position where it's been so up and down. So just can you talk about your relationship with Lamar right now, especially just him thinking of you in that moment?
I'm very grateful for Lamar. Lamar and I, we've been wanting to play together for years, and some things, a couple years ago, I thought I was coming here, and they decided to go another way, and Lamar and I, was like, man, when opportunity come, we're gonna make it happen, and this off season, I could have went to some different teams and got more money than I did here, but I was like, at this point in my career, man, I want to play with somebody who I consider a friend off the field, and a team that I knew, was a couple plays away from accomplishing something last year. So, to play with Lamar, play with Derek, and Zay Flowers, I think, me seeing Zay have one of his best careers, that gives me a joy, just being able to be out there with him and, practice, coach him through some things, and just watch him as a player grow.
When you made that decision in the offseason,
I can't hear you guys.
when you made that decision in the offseason, how is it compared, especially in terms of usage?
How does it compare to what was the last quote?
Compared to your expectations, like especially considering your role in offense?
When I'm out there on the field, I try to do what I can. Obviously, I'm always be a competitor and have a mumble mentality till the day I retire. And even after that, I probably still, will have that mentality. Like, I feel like, I'm one of the best players on the field. Statistically, if that's not the case, that's always been my mindset. And so coming here, this offseason, obviously, there's a lot of guys that deserve the ball on this team, and we have a good offense. So, I wasn't, and I'm not upset that, things, aren't, statistically, where I expected myself to be. But, we're in a position to play, a big game this coming week, next weekend. And that's, that to me, that means more than statistics, going out there playing meaningful football.
Lamar threw for 136 yards in the first half, has the most for any game this season so far. Is he a cold-blooded quarterback now?
Yeah, part of you said he threw for how many?
136 yards in the first half, most for any first half so far this season. So does that make him a cold-blooded quarterback now?
Lamar is a quarterback, no matter what. I think he'll play in any weather. But that's cool to be part of. That was the most in his career.
This season.
Okay, well, that's cool to be part of. Out there to help him accomplish that. And we work hard at practice, so it was no surprise.
Your defense pitched a shutout for the first time against Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow shut out for the first time since college. What kind of message do you think your defense is sending for next week's game?
That we're hungry. Our defense is a group of guys that play together, and so we take it day for day. And defense, they take it day for day. So I think we're just taking it day for day at practice. I don't think we're really worried about next weekend, but we worry about Tuesday practice and Wednesday practice.
All right, thank you, DeAndre.